What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Completely Pointless Podcast. We're on episode 25, so a quarter of the way to 100. Working our way up there slowly. You're
Woohoo!
here today with your regular hosts, myself, Nick, followed by
Jeremy.
And I'm Brandon.
fucking Bandorn. So
Fucking Bandorn.
to start it off, I actually just earlier today, I think around like 2 p.m. I deleted my TikTok account and uninstalled both TikTok and Reddit because I kind of feel like, and this may be just me, but I don't know, I feel like it's just like too much of a distraction, and I don't necessarily have the willpower to resist the temptation to just sit there for fucking hours on end,
Yeah.
dicking around on fucking TikTok. So I was
Right.
kind of curious how you guys feel about social media in general as it affects just either yourselves, well, both yourselves and other people maybe you've had an experience with who just that's all like it's a problem with, or they like you don't think it's a problem. How you feel about it.
Yeah. See, I always go back and forth on it. I can never really decide because it's like I think social media is a good thing, but can very easily be turned into a bad thing.
I mean, it's definitely a problem. Just in terms of what it opens up to people.
What do you mean, though?
So there was, and just because Nick mentioned TikTok and deleting it and all that shit, there was a lady who used TikTok to like show off her daughter's gymnastics or something. I don't even remember. But just some of the comments she got on some of those videos of just fucking random strangers on the internet, most likely
Oh, we
pedophiles.
shouldn't be fucking random strangers on the internet.
Well,
No,
no.
yeah, but she's
But
getting condoms comments from random
Yeah, from
strangers about her daughter
pedophiles.
and how.
yeah, fucking pedophiles.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just no care, no restraint.
Yeah.
So
So I mean, yeah, because that's what I'm saying is it's like I think giving everybody access to it is a good thing for the most part, simply because if if everyone is actually interacting with each other, it leads to a lot more understanding a lot of times, or at least some kind of discourse, because you can actually talk to people that don't agree with you. But then it also, like, yeah, it's some shitty people on it, but there's shitty people everywhere doing shitty things on anything. So
I mean, yeah, but it just gives them easier access basically
yeah,
to be absolute vile people, and they can do it with anonymity generally. I mean,
yeah,
of course there's ways to get to the bottom of it, but generally on apps like TikTok and stuff, it's you're completely fucking anonymous.
yeah,
So
yeah. I do
what
think like
matters?
kids shouldn't be on any social media at all, and even like you posting about your own kids. Like, I don't think they should be on that because that's just kids don't need to be on there.
Is asking for the trouble.
Yeah, I mean, but that's kind of like, you can make the argument, well, I shouldn't have to worry about the trouble. And you're like, you're right, but also, why does your kid need to be on social media? Like, there's
Well,
no
also
reason.
like so all these like social media platforms and stuff like that, just like in general, like YouTube is a social media platform.
Yep.
So all of these companies are for-profit companies, right? Like
Right.
that's their whole goal is to make money. So they're going to do anything and everything in their power to make you buy shit, make you do this and that, like to make you use the platform more. So it's they're designed to be addictive. Also, if you aren't like a very confident person, I feel like you can have just the issue with seeing other people and like it's just the snippets of their life where they're showing off all the fantastic stuff they have
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and not the bad sides of it and everything. I don't know. I just feel like social media is kind of a toxic environment if you don't have that level of confidence to not worry about other people's success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Because it can definitely, like, even, like we've talked about dating apps before, which I would consider dating apps to be a form of social media. And, dude, they are real bad for, especially like Tinder, where it's a split-second decision by somebody based entirely off of your looks on if they think you're attractive or not. So it's
Mhm.
like they don't even have to tell you that you're not attractive. Like you just sit there, swiping right on everybody, and then you get no matches. So you just like can just draw the line, and I think that hurts. I mean, it's fucked with my self-esteem before, so like, it's a
Yeah.
fucked up thing sometimes.
Yerp. That's why
For
I
sure.
don't know. My main reason for uninstalling them and mainly deleting my TikTok account because of their privacy policy.
Yeah.
Like they can access your IP, like they know your IP address, your file names, and all that happy shit. And they also can monitor your key inputs,
Yeah.
like your tap inputs, so like I can see what you're typing.
Yeah, because that's like a real bad thing that TikTok does, and I don't know if it's just because, again, they're business trying to make money, so they'll do anything they can to make money, or if it's all conspiracy because they're owned by China.
That's definitely that.
It's definitely the Chinese trying to take control of our lives.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's the optimist in me though that wants to believe that a lot of good can come out of it, and a lot of good does come out of it because I think we tend to focus on the negative things because they're horrible things. So you're like, oh, this is terrible. This is bad shit that happens. But then, decent or good things happen probably just as regularly, if not more regularly, but just nobody really talks about it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, even like, um, you can go through Kickstarter or like any of those kind of, I don't know what you'd call them, like fundraising. I don't know, but those places you can just basically ask for money, and you get on those, and a lot of times, a lot of those things are scams, right? Like it's people just trying to get
Mhm.
money. But then other times it's people like, oh hey, you know, my wife died, and now I'm homeless and have no money. If I could just get like $100 so I could buy a house or some shit, and then the internet takes it and it makes them a couple $100,000, and then you're like, see, some good can come of it.
Yeah.
I definitely think
mean,
the internet has the power to be a good place, like a positive place for education primarily, as well
Yep.
as resource gathering. But I mean, some people are just too weak, like weak-minded, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't
What were
even
you
know
gonna
if it
say,
would
Brandon?
be.
I don't even know at this point.
Rip.
But I don't even know if it's like, I don't know if it's even weak-minded or just like people. I mean, it's like the anonymity of it just kind of makes it to where people don't think it's real. Like it doesn't have any real impact on them, so they can act in any way they want, and that could be, a real shitty way, or it can just be like this is the 400th story I've read today about, children dying in my hometown, but it's just the internet. I don't need to do anything about it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if there's any correlation, but the rise of the use of the internet and social media in general has also kind of followed the rise in mental health issues like depression, anxiety, stuff like that.
Yeah, but I think it's
Yeah.
also it's helped with the recognition. Is that a word?
Recognition.
Recognition. That's what I'm thinking of. Making up words apparently. But like the thing is, like, people are like, oh, everyone's so more depressed now than they were. I don't really think that's the case. I think people have always been depressed. It's just now we actually look for it, and we actually listen when people are like, yeah, dude, it's rough times right now. So like I don't know, like I feel like there's not enough data really to prove that anyone's more depressed now. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. Yeah, I kind of see what you're saying. Like, just the like, it's more blatantly like obvious now because
Yeah.
you didn't just hear about it in a fucking newspaper or some shit.
Yeah. And like it's also like because of the anonymity, people feel like they can post on their social media about, yeah, I'm depressed. Because, part of depression is you don't want to talk about it. But if you just
Mhm.
have a faceless web page to, rant about it, and then you do, so now people can actually see it, when otherwise you would probably never tell anyone about it.
Yerp.
Yeah.
Anonymity.
Yeah.
Powerful thing.
Honestly, brings out the best or worst of people. So.
Mad facts.
For sure.
Would be kind of nice if there was something to hold people accountable across the internet. But
Yeah.
also, it kind of defeats the purpose, right? Like the whole purpose of the internet is to be able to go and be anonymous and just kind of do what you want without worry of repercussions.
Yeah. And
Which,
that was the whole net neutrality argument.
yeah, which that was a whole weird thing, because I do feel like the internet should be like, it should be for everyone. Everyone should have access to it, right? At this point, I feel like it's basically like a necessity for people to have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely hampered me whenever I was growing up, even just to not have internet, because like Brandon and all my other friends would be playing RuneScape together, or playing online video games together, and like building those friendships and those relationships, and also developing like um I guess social skills,
Yeah.
right, in that regard with people their own age, whereas I was fucking playing in the dirt and being outside, and
Yeah,
which I mean so were
useless
they,
shit.
but it's like I did have friends who didn't do that, it's just
Right.
like so, and I feel like I'm more awkward because of it, right? Like I get anxious whenever I go and play like an online video game and like
Yeah.
have to talk to strangers. Like it makes
Right.
me anxious.
Like that was because I didn't really have the internet. So all I played were single player games.
Same.
So like some people, they'll hop in to the multiplayer in Call of Duty or whatever, and by the end of the match are best friends with the people on their team. And
Yeah.
like I get into any of those multiplayer games and I don't talk to anyone. I don't, type in chat. Like the most I'll do would be like, like if I was playing an RTS online, like, enemy coming to the south, and like that shit. So
Yeah, because like Noah's that way. He'll go and he'll play like Vermintide and he'll just make friends.
right?
I'm like, I
Yeah.
like, and me personally, every time I play with somebody, it's like a random online. I'm like, oh, good. I don't want to talk to them ever again.
Right?
Like, not because I don't like them. It's just because that's just how I am. It like, I don't want to have to have a point where I'd like they get annoying to me, and I'd have to be like, hey man, I'm not gonna
I don't
hang
want to deal
out.
with this. Yeah. Yeah. But it's also like, again, another reason I would say that just for a general idea is a good thing, is because like right now what we're doing, we're all friends. We live hours away from each other, and yet we still talk to each other pretty regularly, at least once a
Oh, yeah.
week. So
That's why I say the internet's such a powerful thing in that regard. I think there may need to in the future be maybe a class, like an extracurricular class in high school or junior high probably,
Internet
that
etiquette.
teaches kids, internet etiquette and like how to be a decent human being and not a
Right.
fucking just a douchebag.
yeah. And even that, you can just say like, you should just learn that, like, for life, like they
No,
should
yeah.
just understand that not to be dickheads, and just because you're on the internet doesn't change anything about it. Don't be a dickhead.
Well, and that's kind of what home ec was for us a little bit. Like our home ec teacher would teach us manners to a regard, like back in Kahoma.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
See, we never had home ec. I was always super jealous
I
because
didn't take home ec.
man, I could have been making cookies or some shit, living the good
Well, I'm
life.
such a dickhead.
Home ec was pretty sick, honestly. I thought it was really fun because we did cooking and stuff like that, and actually like had to interact with each other and shit like that. It was
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Bro, that's like another thing about I do think there's like a good aspect or a bad aspect of the internet is that because there is a difference between in-person interactions and internet interactions, right? And
Oh, yeah.
so
For sure.
like a lot of kids, especially like all the kids going distance learning, which I'm all for distance learning. I love distance learning. Anytime I had to do classes, I try to make them distance classes. I think it's fucking great. But it can also, like, if that's all you ever do, then I could see that causing some issues.
Yeah, it's kind of a fine balance, I guess, and manage what you can handle and what like. I feel like a lot of people need to do some self-discovering, and
Yeah.
if you're gonna go on the internet, you really just gotta like not. I don't know. It's kind of because it's hard to like manage, right? Like if
Yep.
you because there's nothing stopping you from just being on the like on your phone all day. And I
Yeah.
have some friends that are like that. And that's another thing, dude. It irritates the fucking shit out of me whenever I'm hanging out with my friends and they're on their phone.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Get
dude,
that.
you have a whole other fucking human being here and you're sitting there looking at the fucking thing you have on you
Right?
all the time.
Yeah. But I mean, it's also like, especially for me, I catch myself doing it and I stop it when I can or when I notice it. But like, it's more of a nervous tick a lot of times than it is, you know, I'm interested in what's on my phone. Like if there's ever an awkward silence or two people are having a conversation, I'm not, I'm there, but I'm not really a part of it. And so then I'll take my phone out just so I have something to distract me.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's
No,
definitely
I
not a
get that.
good habit, but it's a habit that I do.
Mm-hmm. And that's definitely some interesting insight on it because I don't really think of it that way. Where some people use it as more of a coping thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right, to cope with like awkward situations and what have you.
Yeah, because I do that all the time, especially like when we're at work or when we're working. Sometimes it's just there's only enough space for one person to be up in the doing whatever, so the other one's just kind of standing there. And so then I feel awkward because I'm like, well, I'm not working. I feel like shit. Like I'm just watching him work, and then I like need something to do with my hands, so then I pull my phone out, but then I'm like, no, I shouldn't be on my phone. It's work. And then I put it back in, but then just like subconsciously I pull it back out again. I'm just
Like, what is going on?
I know, stop it. Yeah, but I also got a pretty bad habit about like I'll get home from work and I'll sit down in my chair and I'll just stare at my phone for a little bit, and then staring at my phone for a little bit turns into staring at it for, an hour, and then I'm like, ah, shit, well, there goes an hour of my free time of me just mindlessly scrolling through Reddit.
That's
Yeah.
kind of why I deleted Reddit or I uninstalled Reddit and TikTok because those were the two that I was seeing myself like just spending a lot of just wasted time on.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of using it as like a bit of an experiment to see how like my productivity changes and what I like do differently now.
Yep.
Because it may not be that big of a change, but
But it
who
could be,
knows?
yeah,
Yeah, like what if I start being super productive now?
right? And dude,
Yeah, it is.
something about like the design or just social media in general, I feel like is so good at making you not realize how much time you're wasting. Like, especially with TikTok, since everything's, you know, 30 seconds. You're like, oh, it's just a couple 30-second videos, right? Not that long. But then you watch 400 of them and you've been on your phone for 2 hours. And then you look up and you're like, oh, shit, I've been on my phone for a long ass fucking time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, I definitely probably should, but it's no fun. How am I going to learn about all the world news?
Oh yeah. I don't know. I kind of don't even like seeing anything about the world news.
Right?
Oh, same. The
Man,
world's a shit show right now.
I mean, yeah, but you should know about some of it at least.
That's kind of another thing, right? Like how, because I think we've talked about that before, like keeping up with the news, but not letting it like control your life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Because like,
it's a good
yeah,
thing to know, but you shouldn't stress about shit you can't control.
yeah. which is most shit going on right now.
Yeah, pretty much all of it.
Pretty much everything.
Ooh,
Well-
I actually have another thing I was kind of curious to get y'all's opinion on too.
Mhm.
So I saw, I saw a video on TikTok before I before I got rid of it, and this guy was talking about how all these people who are like, preaching and being environmentally friendly and getting like an electric car and all that,
Mhm.
but like these people are still having children, and children are like apparently, I don't know if this is, he showed some kind of like reference to an article about it, but children apparently increase your carbon footprint by 40 times.
God damn,
Yeah.
And so I was kind of like, because like, I'm not saying, people should stop having kids, but
No,
I'm
they
just kind of
should.
curious, like,
I'm saying that.
I think that the people who are preaching being environmentally friendly and like trying to push that really hard should probably think about that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them don't, probably don't. And I didn't before I heard about that. And I'm like, oh damn. So
Yeah.
I'm probably more environmentally friendly than most.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense because, you're just a whole other person. And then for the
Yeah.
first couple of years, you're, buying all the diapers and all the formulas and getting them all their shots. And, there's this consuming a lot more stuff. So it makes sense that it would be, like that it would increase your footprint by that much.
I'm kind of curious too, like if like how they determine that data.
Yeah.
Because I imagine you could just take and figure up what the average baby would require for raising, and then go off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
so
just
they'll do just like average consumption of a baby from 0 to 18 or whatever. And then they'll look at the lifestyle of that
the rich and the
as
famous.
well. Yes, the rich and the famous. No, they'll look at
Sorry.
the lifestyle of parents
Right.
because you have like you're using a lot more stuff. So diapers are shit for the environment. You're using a
Mhm.
bunch of diapers, a bunch of wipes, a bunch of all of this stuff. But also you're making more trips to the doctor on average.
Well, I feel like it's just in
You're
general, right? Like
making
even whenever they
like
get older too, it's like they have to have a car or some kind of transportation as
You
well
have
as
to drive
clothing and
them to
everything
all
like
their
that.
sports events and
oh, yeah, it's that. It's well, now they're in school. So you're driving
Mhm.
them to school every morning, then driving to the office instead of just driving straight to the office. Or you're driving them to school and then coming to pick them up and then bringing them back to another practice later and then coming to pick them up. And so they look at just like the average kid and they just look at like what events they might do, what this and this and this,
Yep.
and they just kind of average all of that up.
yeah.
Still, that's very interesting to me. The whole idea of it.
Yeah.
So basically, we should all stop having kids. We say it every time. No more kids.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It. I mean, it makes sense that it would increase your footprint by a lot, but I feel like it's a lot, like 40 times.
Well, it's 40 times with 2 kids, so it's 20 times per
each.
kid. Yeah,
Hmm.
per kid. So
Damn.
that's what the dude said, 40 times for 2 kids, and I just repeated it. But again, I don't know if there's any like actual like because like you say, I mean you can't just tell people not to have kids. That's
I
it's
mean,
their
you
choice.
can.
It's
Well, because that's
I mean you can, but it's fucking America. Like how are you gonna tell people to stop fucking?
True.
right.
I mean,
Like who in
I
the
mean-
world is gonna be like, ah yeah, yeah, we'll do that.
get a vasectomy.
Bro, now that's something I've been thinking about getting done.
getting a good old snip.
Yes, sir. I don't care how reversible it is or whatever, because they say after like 3 months or something or however long, it's not. It's like the possibility for it to be reversed gets really low.
Oh, really?
Apparently, yeah. So like the longer you've gone with a vasectomy, the harder it is to actually get it reversed.
Yeah. Interesting.
Which I'm just like, okay.
I mean, what do they? A vasectomy is they basically just like snip the tube from your testicles so that you don't get sperm, right?
Yep.
I'm not gonna act like I know.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, because also
I was
you
gonna
can.
say I had no idea.
Well, because is it also like you're still shooting semen, but there's no sperm in it. So like
Right.
you get
Yeah.
all the benefits, you're just shooting loads everywhere, but they're all
Yeah,
blanks.
shooting
And
blank.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Honestly, though, that's the ideal situation.
Well, I was talking to one of my coworkers before I can't remember what happened to him. He transferred or whatever, or he got deployed. And he got a vasectomy, and I was talking to him. I was like, yeah, I think I might get one. He's like, well, my doctor or most doctors won't give you a vasectomy unless you've already had 2 kids
Yeah,
or are like a certain age.
dude, which
I'm
is
like,
crazy.
that's wild that they can deny me that
Yeah,
just because of that, right? Like,
that's insane,
I'm a full grown adult. I know what I'm about.
right? Well, and it's
it's
also
just like they won't let women have their tube
yeah,
tied
and most of the
under
time
like the
it's
same.
well, a lot of it. What I've heard stories of like the women can't get their tubes tied unless they're a certain age, have kids, whatever, or they also have to have their spouse's approval, like the
Yeah.
written consent from their spouse, which
Yep.
is like, yeah, obviously you should talk with your spouse if you're going to be doing that, but in the end, it's not the spouse's decision. Like,
Right.
Yeah, for sure. For
yeah,
sure.
like they should be able to choose that shit for their own body.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
But-
Some crazy
But
shit.
no, Jeremy, Roe v. Wade was overturned, so fuck all that.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
why I'm just glad I'm
here-
not a woman.
here's a good topic.
Okay.
Go for it.
Have y'all seen where they're trying to overturn I can't remember what
Yeah,
thing it was,
one
but
of
where
those court
they
cases.
one of those court cases where they legalized interracial marriage.
Yeah. Interracial. I think there was another one about gay marriage.
They're
And,
trying to take that away.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I mean, technically, it's not that it made it legal. I mean, it did. What am I trying to say? It's more of like, it's federally legal now, right? So they're trying to take it away. So it's like, oh, well, the state should decide instead of the federal government. I'm like, why?
The state, so it isn't like a big part of the Constitution, the separation of church and state.
It's, I think, literally the First Amendment.
Yeah. So all of these fucking politicians are trying to say fuck that, basically,
Yeah. Bro, I saw like
because they're using religious motivation to argue all of these
right? And you're
bills
like,
and
okay,
shit.
I
that's a
love that
terrible
too.
argument.
Like people who use religion to argue a point. I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, but I don't believe in your religion, so whatever you say, like based on that,
Yeah, it's completely
doesn't, like,
false.
yeah, it holds 0 value with me.
Right.
So like, you're not convincing me at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also, I saw like a video of a preacher, and she was talking about like the U.S. is a Christian country and we need to go back to the old ways, and
Mhm.
instead of the government telling the church what to do, the church needs to tell the government what to do. And I'm like, lady, you don't know anything about the U.S., do you? Because we were never a Christian country.
Well,
Jesus
we
Christ.
were founded like with Christianity, like, or well, not necessarily. Our major like the vast majority of people in America are Christian, or were during that time.
Oh, yeah, but they again, the First Amendment was
Yeah.
separation of church and state. Like the founding fathers were like, yeah, no,
Yeah, this shit needs to stay separate.
yeah, we're like,
Bro, that's
we
why,
believe in God, but you don't have to.
That's why the people who want to, what was I gonna say? Or why churches don't get taxed fucks
Yeah.
me up so
Yeah.
bad.
Dude, and that's like, because it's supposed to be like, oh, separation of church and state, so churches don't pay taxes because they have nothing to do with the government, right? But then you
Yeah.
see all these preachers saying how they should, basically just giving political talks in their church. I'm like, what the fuck? Man, it's real funny to me because there was one guy arguing, he's like, yeah, we're a Christian country. That's why, or we've always been a Christian country. That's why in the Pledge of Allegiance we say, under God, and in all our money it says, in God we trust. And I'm like, that shit was added in like the 60s, right? Like, it's not even that, it hasn't even been there that long. When do you think the US was made? Like,
Right? Yeah, no, it's fucking just the whole landscape of all of it is fucking ridiculous. And I don't get it.
yeah. It doesn't make sense, but
Oh, but did y'all see that Papa Joe tested positive again?
yeah. Which, I mean, doesn't that just mean he never got over it?
That's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, I don't think it's been 2 weeks since they
Yeah.
announced he had it.
Right?
So
I
it's
was
like,
it's
oh,
just-
they tested him again while he still had it.
Right?
Like, of course he's fucking positive because it's not been long enough for him to test negative.
Right? Like, he still got COVID, so
Y'all talking about Joe Biden?
Yeah.
good old Joe.
Papa
Oh,
Joe.
I thought he
Grandpa
had
Joe.
COVID like a long ass time ago.
I
No.
swear it was like, a week or
It was
two
like
ago.
a week ago. We talked about
Oh.
it last week, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. Or a week
Man.
before.
The memory of a goldfish.
Yep.
Yep. That's
But yeah,
crazy,
no.
man.
Yeah, but and even the article I saw, it was like Joe Biden tests positive for COVID again, even though not showing different symptoms or new symptoms.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, because it's the same fucking thing as he still has from
Yeah.
a week ago.
Like, yeah, he's still got COVID. You're right. Yep.
Over
No
here like,
shit.
nothing's new.
Oh, well, my sister also has COVID, so
Oh
look
yeah.
at that. She's basically the president.
Boom. My sister
Probably-
had COVID
oh.
like a month ago.
Look at that. Yeah, I think it's starting to spike back up, isn't it?
Yeah, with the new fucking
Yeah, new
Omicron
variant or whatever.
penis butt variant.
Yeah.
That's my favorite variant.
Honestly, though, I'd be down for
Omicron
having that
penis
variant.
Good old penis butt variant.
Yeah, no,
Fuck.
it's fine. COVID's the new flu. It's gonna be around forever.
Basically. That's how I
Probably.
see it. It's just like a flu. Like I feel like everybody's gotten over the whole let's be fucking crazy about getting everybody vaccinated.
Well, yeah, because most people are vaccinated now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. But we're still getting sick.
Yeah, but
Well,
you know, that's the purpose.
but less people are dying is the thing.
Yeah.
It was never about
Getting rid of it, it was making
getting
you.
rid of it. It was making it less deadly.
I'm pretty sure I remember them saying if you get vaccinated, you won't get COVID.
Well, whoever told you that was a liar. So
It was like everybody, Fauci, fucking Joe, fucking all the politicians were
Yeah.
like, if you get vaccinated, we'll stop getting COVID. And then people got vaccinated and we're still getting COVID.
Yeah, I mean, because it was like if you ever talk to any of the actual, scientists behind it, they're like, yeah, no, you're less likely to get COVID, and if you do get it, you're extremely less likely of dying from it, but you can still get it. That's why you should wear your masks. And everyone was like, no.
But my whole thing is it was like after the second shot on I think I got the Moderna one. So
Yeah.
after the second shot, you're supposed to be 95% protected.
Well, that
then they
number
were
went
like,
down.
Yeah.
well, yeah, but then they were like, then they were like, well, now you need to get a booster.
Mhm.
And everybody's like, well, how much more is it going to protect us? Oh, 2%.
I mean, hey,
Oh,
it's 2 whole percent.
3 weeks later, oh, you need to get another booster.
Right.
How much more is it going to protect? Oh, another 1%.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, it's just like the flu. You're supposed to get a new flu shot every year because it mutates every couple of days. So
Well, yeah, no, but the fucking COVID boosters, they were wanting you to get one every fucking like 2 months.
Yeah.
There was also a recording of Fauci saying that if you've gotten the flu, you don't need a flu shot because catching it is the best vaccination you can get.
I mean, yeah,
Talking about
because
the flu.
then if you survive it, your body knows how to fight it now. But then once it mutates into something new, your body doesn't know how to fight it anymore.
They did come out and say though that if you're vaccinated and you do get sick, you're basically going to be like pretty well off.
Yep.
You shouldn't like have any worries about it. Like you can probably still catch it, but it's going to be like super unlikely, and there's like a very, very slim chance of anyone dying from it who's had COVID and is vaccinated.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like again, my sister and her fiance. My sister has COVID now. Her fiance got COVID during like the most of it, but they're both nurses, so they were like, you know, the second the vaccine was out, they were told to go take it, and they did.
Yeah.
And
Right.
both of them, when they both had it, they were like, yeah, it's just kind of like a weak cold, like a little stuffy, coughing a bit, a little tired. That's about it. But then you hear other people that are like on their deathbed because they're not vaccinated from it.
Yep.
And it's like the worst thing ever. It's just like the flu. If you're vaccinated to it, it's just a flu. But if you're not, it kills.
Well, so far everybody that I've known in my family who's gotten it and hasn't been vaccinated have been fine, and they said it wasn't too bad either. So it's one of those, I feel like it's different per person, which is pretty normal for most illnesses, right?
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
it's going to affect everybody differently. But it's really interesting how wildly different it can be with COVID. Like some people who are perfectly healthy can get it and then get myocarditis because getting COVID increases your chances of getting myocarditis as well. So
yeah, so it just it stacks on top of each other and just makes it worse.
Right, because the vaccine in younger people our age and like in their older like teen years, and if they're like more athletic, they have a higher chance of getting myocarditis from the vaccines too.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Meh, I was fine.
Yeah, same. I mean, I'm chilling.
I was about to say the
Actually,
government hasn't started taking over my brain yet, so
Actually, I think a couple weeks ago I was hanging out with my dad and stepmom and my little brother and sister at the lake, and they found out that I was vaccinated then, and I've been vaccinated for like a long time now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm chilling."
No, I'm dead. Sorry. I'm actually.
Fine, cunt.
I'm not Nick anymore. My name is Joseph.
I know, right?
I'm new government agent.
My name is Joseph Biden.
Oh no. He's trying to bring us all into his family.
Just in a robot voice, fucking, I am Joe Biden.
We shall live forever. And it's just when the old Joe dies, the new one's formed to take his place. Boom.
Oh Jesus.
It's the Democratic conspiracy.
Dude, in 3 years we're all gonna be fucking little Joes.
What you talking about? He'll never die. He'll just shed his skin.
He molts.
Yeah, right.
Person.
Oh, did y'all see the fucking conspiracy theorists going nuts about his most recent like Twitter video thing or whatever?
No.
Oh yeah, they were like showing, because there was 2 videos he put out in like the same day. In one video he looks and sounds different.
Yeah.
Like his eyes are completely different and his voice is different. And everybody's like, "Oh, it's a different person." And I'm sitting here thinking like it's probably just a body double.
Yeah. Honestly.
Right? Like it's probably just like an actor.
Yeah. Or they were filmed different days apart, or he has COVID, so he's probably all over the fucking place. That's crazy. People's conspiracies are so funny. I love them. They're great.
Yeah, I think people. This is why some people shouldn't be paying attention to the news.
Yeah. Or they should pay attention to more news.
Or like get a hobby or something.
Get your head out of your ass.
Because like I have opinions about it, but I'm not sitting here telling people they're fucking idiots for doing things that they think is right.
Yeah.
Like, because I mean nobody really knows what this stuff. Nobody really knows what this stuff could do
Yeah,
to us in
honestly.
the future, right? Like this, we could all die in 5 years because of this stuff, and
Right.
it's not like I'm gonna be like, oh, you fucking morons. But some people are dead ass like that. They're just
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yep.
those fucking meats deserve to die, and you're like, what the
Dude,
fuck is wrong with you?
chill the
Nick,
fuck
you're
out.
you're a fucking moron for deleting TikTok and Reddit. You should just fucking reinstall them on your fucking phone and waste the rest of your life on them. Like, God, how fucking dumb could you be for deleting them?
Well,
Right,
honestly.
look at this idiot with goals and aspirations. What a fucking loser.
What a fucking pleb.
Yeah, it just cracks me up.
Who
Some people can feel so
aspires?
strongly.
Right? Like, why do so many people care so much about what other people do? Like, why do you give a shit?
I think they don't have enough going on in their own lives
I
usually.
guess.
Or they're just like, I don't know. A lot of people are just that way though. It's kind of how their parents are.
Yeah. They just enjoy talking shit.
Oh yeah, it's mainly like a small town thing, I think. I mean, it happens in big cities too, but it just doesn't seem to be as like noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, when there's a few million of you, it's easier to hide.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, man. Like, also, how could you just spend that much time, like, coming up with these just crackpot fucking conspiracies? Like, why? Why would you just be sitting there analyzing the fucking videos that Biden released just to try to be like, oh, he's a lizard person,
Like I say, man, I think some people need more shit to do.
right? Everyone just needs to start playing D&D, and then it'll solve all your problems.
I
I
mean,
mean, yeah.
we'll go back to a famous Jeremy quote
Mm-hmm.
from our old YouTube channel.
Oh yeah,
Why can't you just play video games and not be a cunt?
exactly. It fits.
That's
Man,
beautiful.
Were we talking last week about that study that they just did? Like Oxford or Cambridge, one of the real like prestigious colleges, did a study about video games and like if they affect mental health, make you violent, all that normal garbage. And they're like, yeah, it has absolutely no effect on your mental health. It's generally actually a good thing, makes you, more relaxed, a good hobby to have. People that do it, better hand-eye coordination, like, confirming all this shit that it's actually good for you. And they're like, the only time it might become like even a slight chance of influencing your mental health is if you play a minimum of 10 hours of video games every single day. And I was like,
Yeah.
whew, all right, well,
Jesus
shouldn't be
Christ.
doing that anyways, so.
Yeah.
Man, that one's always so funny to me, the people that are still like, yeah, video games ruin your mind. They're gonna make you stupid.
My favorite is the one that video games make kids violent. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're so fucking stupid.
Right?
Your parenting is what's making your child violent, not fucking yeah. Or your kid's just violent. I mean, some kids are just fucking violent.
Honestly, yeah. Some people are just violent. We should kill them
Yeah.
all. I'm one of
Yeah.
those people, by the way, obviously.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, I'll kill you.
I'm down. Nah, it's just. I think there was a story. There was some guy, like, back in the bad old days, when people were really pushing hard that video games caused violence and all this.
Bad old days.
Yeah, he he was talking about, he's like, my kid plays video games every night, and then he like got arrested and went to juvie or something for beating somebody. He's like, yeah, it was video games made him violent. But then you come to find out that his dad beat him every night for playing video games. Like every time he'd get on the video game, he just beat the shit out of him. And I'm like, yeah, it's the video game, sure. Like,
What the fuck?
yeah, I was like,
Yep.
I'm seeing a different correlation here.
Right, methinks you are retarded.
Jesus Christ.
It's fine. Some
People are
of them
fucking
kids
dumb.
just need to get
No,
beat
they
a
are.
little bit.
I mean, I kind of agree, right? Like, I kind of think kids should be punished, right? But not beaten.
Yeah.
You know?
There's a difference
There should be-
between punishment and abuse.
Fucking Christ.
This is why we're not going to be parents, by the way.
Mhm, yeah. Yeah, me and Jeremy are not fit.
Say, anytime kid does something I don't like, just backhand right across the face, send him flying. No.
Just like his mother.
Also, why we're single.
This is why we're single.
Yeah, we're learning a lot about ourselves today.
Honestly, yeah, it's all coming out.
These are all jokes. Don't hit kids and don't hit women.
Don't hit anyone.
Nah, I mean, some people deserve to be hit, okay?
The only thing that you should beat
guess.
is your schmeat.
Eating the schmeat. But even that,
Now
give
that
it
I
a
can
break
get
every
down
once in a
with.
while, you know?
No,
Yeah, I actually have
24/7, baby.
I have a coworker who has a lump in his nuts, and it's a cyst, and it was created from coming too much.
Really?
Yeah,
I might need to go to the
The fuck?
hospital.
yeah, he had a lump in his nuts, and he like went to go get it checked if it was cancer or not, and turns out the doctor was like, "Yeah, it's just like a blockage. You need to stop coming."
He's
Interesting.
beating your shit too much.
Man, how hard was he going?
I don't know. He just said, "Yeah, I guess I gotta take it easy for a little while."
Holy shit.
Or
It just cracked me
go
up. So now
harder and shoot out the blockage.
well, now I call him Lumpy.
Lumpy. Man, we had a guy, that one of my old work jobs, yes.
Yeah,
That
good job.
we all called him Willie. It was not his name, not even close to his name, but it's because like the first week we met him, he introduced himself and then he was like, "Yeah, but most people call me Willie." And we're like, "Why?" He's like, "It's short for One Nut Willie." And we're like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I only have one testicle." And we're like, "Why? Why would you tell this to us?" What are you?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That guy's a legend.
We're like, dude, we just met you. Why would you tell us this information?
Look, I'd be like, thank you. That just made my fucking day.
Right? I mean, we call him Willie, so I guess it
Good
works.
old fucking One Nut Willie.
Right?
One Nut Willie.
Man, I've
I mean,
always.
to be fair, that's probably the most defining factor about that man.
I don't know. He's a pretty weird dude. He was kind of all over the place. So. I think he was just odd. He was just an odd person.
Wonder, did he ever tell you how he lost the other nut?
No, I never told. I think
Aw.
my roommate might know because I think he talked to him about it one time. So I'll ask him at some point.
Dude, that would be a glorious story to tell on
Right?
a podcast.
Just have
Yeah, we
have One Nut Willie special guest.
Yeah.
Dude, if we could get One Nut Willie on here, bruh,
Bruh.
that'd be sick.
That'd be the fucking best.
I don't know. I think he was a little racist. I think he also beat his girlfriend. So I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's not cool. That's not a very cash money of him.
Nope.
It's not very cash, but okay, guys. I'm sorry to disrupt the flow of the podcast,
Yeah, how dare you?
but
Talk about
guess
There's a
nuts.
flow here.
guess what game is free on Epic Games right now?
Nazi furry Hitler.
No,
Yes.
that's a Steam game.
No, fair.
Um,
It is. It suggested it to me before.
No
Ma-
fucking lie.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Amazing.
guarantee you could Google those exact words and it would be on fucking
No,
Steam.
it is. Okay.
Oh,
It
nice.
recommended, like, you have your queue, and
Yeah.
the last one in my queue was Nazi furries, and I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm done for the day. But anyways, you're saying.
Motherfucking lawn mowing simulator.
Woo!
Oh, dude, fuck yeah. That's one I've been wanting to try out.
Bro, is it
Bro,
multiplayer?
it's free on fucking Epic right now.
Yeah, gotta go
So,
buy that. Or get it.
Pressure
not
washing simulator is a full release now.
buy it. Ooh.
Dude, Pressure Wash
Mhm.
Simulator?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Ah,
So, yeah, I'd rather-
features. Single player.
Lame.
Darn, we can't mow lawns
Dude, more of those
together.
simulators need to be multiplayer. Like
All
I
of
was
them need to be
I was
multiplayer.
playing Car Mechanic Simulator, which is pretty good, and you can like
Yeah, it is.
upgrade to like get multiple bays, so you can like have
Yeah.
multiple lifts and stuff. But you can only be working on one car at a time, so there's almost no reason to even have multiple bays. And
Well, you can work on multiple cars
Well,
at a
yeah.
time. It just starts to get fucking chaotic.
yeah, and like the way I do it, I start one, I finish it, and then I go on to the next one. So I've never had more than one car
Yeah, same.
Like I had multiple, but I just put them in the garage. Like there's no need to
Well,
have them up on the
what you
stilts.
do is you take like a hard job and then take easy jobs on the side while you're doing the hard job.
Yeah, but
That's what I would do.
like I was sitting there like cause looking at all the other bays, and I was like, man, this would be kind of fun if you could just have, multiple people
Coworkers?
working. Yeah, people there with you, and y'all are just, working on different cars, just fucking chilling. That'd be dope as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Would be pretty sick.
So we just need to make our own car mechanic simulator.
Fuck.
I
I
just
struggled to
figure
make
out-
my one Pong clone. That shit was hard enough. Fuck
Yeah.
Or
me,
just
dude.
figure out how to mod multiplayer into it.
Yeah, honestly, that'd
That'd
probably
be easier. Yeah, that'd be way easier.
Yeah, but then you gotta set up servers, and you gotta do all the
Bro,
networking.
just figure out how to run it off of Minecraft's mod thing to where you can just set up a server like we do in Minecraft.
Yeah, that took us fucking months to figure out, Brandon.
Shut up, Jeremy.
Oh my
Shut
god.
up.
Not
Can't
months,
believe you
but
guys
it
worked on that.
it took us
okay,
a
I was gonna
while,
say.
yeah.
It took me like 8 hours one
Yeah,
day.
of like watching
God.
videos, and then it just wouldn't work.
It took so long.
Right? I don't even remember why we set up the server. Why did we set up
Because
the
we were
server?
trying to play with Nick.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
we would play it through LAN.
Yeah, LAN.
Because that was the easiest way. But then we were trying to play with Nick on Sky Factory.
Yeah.
And
which
so
you
we had to
needed,
set up a fucking server
'cause
so
they
that
didn't
we
have
could
mod
actually
servers.
get him into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there was also just like the paid version, right? You could just like buy a private server, and then we
Yeah.
just do that eventually. We like gave
No,
up.
we definitely didn't. Because once I got it figured out, I never deleted the note thing I had
Oh yeah.
to set it up.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
like that's one of those things that's just so dumb, but was also like kind of interesting and cool. They were just like, yeah, we'll just fucking set up a server so we can play Minecraft with our friend a few hours away.
Yeah. It's fucking worth it.
See, that's why the internet is a great thing and should continue to be a great thing. So we could all play Minecraft together.
If only you didn't have dirt bags
Yeah,
in the world.
so many pedophiles in Minecraft.
I mean, probably actually.
Yeah, seems
probably.
accurate.
Yep.
Sounds like Minecraft.
That's like I find it kind of interesting that's like how some communities just attract like pedophiles. It's sometimes it makes sense. You could be like, all right, yeah, I get it why they're there, but then other times it's just like, why this one? Like what? Like
Wizard 101? What the fuck?
dude, I mean, probably that like My Little Pony, dude. They're all pedophiles, all right. Like you can't convince me otherwise. But but like what was it? Was it Rust? No, Rust is just super toxic. There was another one. It was just
Yeah.
like a basic MMO. But it's like, yeah, one of the stereotypes about it is that all of the players are fucking pedophiles. I was like, those people just ragging on them for no reason. But then it was like, no, yeah, there's a lot of them are pedophiles. I don't know.
It's always the kiddie games.
Yep.
Guess, yeah.
They flock to the games with the most toddlers on them.
Dude,
That's their target audience.
I started Genshin Impact
Mhm.
earlier this week, and it's like, it's all right, but that's not the thing. Dude, that game probably has so many pedophiles in it, because all of the characters are just little anime girls,
little lollies.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't like it. What do
You're like,
lollipops
oh,
have to
no.
do with it?
I
I remember having to explain to someone what a lolly was, and because they were like, wait, like the sucker? What are you talking about? And I was like, man, don't make me have to explain this. I don't want to explain.
Don't make me speak these words.
Yeah, right.
It's about to get gross.
Say these things.
Oh,
I
dude.
feel ashamed just talking about it. Are you
Damn,
saying
I wish I
something
could
else?
take a screenshot.
Oh.
I'm playing Guild Wars 2 right now, and I found a guy whose character looks just like Brandon would if he had a mustache.
Oh, nice.
Oh hell yeah!
Wind shift
Let's
S
take a
drag and drop
picture of
to
him.
take a picture.
I just took a picture with my
Oh,
phone. I'm gonna send
cool.
it to y'all.
Basic, but alright, that'll work.
I mean, or you can just control print screen.
Yeah, but then you gotta
How about you
paste it
guys
into
shut the
something.
fuck up? I already sent the picture, goddammit, you fucking technological advancement.
You can also just do Windows S, I believe, and that'll open up the snip tool, and then you can.
You know, you can suck my fucking balls.
I mean, you're right, but that might give you a blockage and give you testicular cancer or something. So
A little bit of testicular torsion.
a little bit of torsion, dude. That sounds
You
like one of the fucking worst things. It's just you
No, I had
sit
that.
down wrong, and you're like, all right,
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had his whatever's the tubes or whatever lines in your nutsack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get
they got
crossed.
twisted up.
well. So does he only have one testicle now?
No, he got.
Supposedly.
I can't remember. He didn't. He never had to have surgery for it. I don't know if they just like got it figured out or what happened with that, but it fixed itself.
So his balls got twisted clockwise. The doctor just grabbed his balls
Yeah,
and
just
twisted
gave him a
counterclockwise.
That's what I imagine. Just like taking them and just unwinding them.
Right?
Jesus.
I wonder if you could give yourself testicular torsion by twisting your nuts
Sure
around
you
in your
can.
sack.
I don't know,
Right?
turn your
Probably.
video camera on and test it.
Oh, God.
No, I'm good. I don't want to test any of that. That sounds
Well,
awful.
dude, I don't know. I've seen some fucking porn videos of them just like twisting them hoes, and I'm like, so if that doesn't
Yeah.
cause it, then like, surely it's got to be harder than you think.
Dude, they get hella aggressive with some of them dudes' nuts. I'm like, damn.
Dude, you ever
There ain't
seen
no
that
way
gif?
that's pleasant.
You ever seen that gif of like, it's some dude on a table, but there's a hole, and just his balls are dangling down through it, and some girl has boxing gloves, is doing like a speed bag on his testicles.
What the fuck?
You
That's
ever seen that?
amazing. No, that sounds fucking hilarious though.
Oh,
Jesus
man.
Christ.
Yeah,
Fuck
man,
that.
people are into some weird shit. So.
Oh man, that's just amazing to like picture in my head. Just
Right.
someone sitting there fucking.
Oh man.
She says, lay down, baby. I'm gonna speed bag this nuts.
Squat for me
God.
how I like.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh
fuck.
no. Man.
Oh, on
Well.
a different note, I
Mhm.
saw a fucking video on Reddit yesterday. I was just scrolling through r/unexpected.
Oh well, you fucked up.
Yeah, because some dude fucking goes in to try to rob a store,
Mhm.
and one of the guys in the store had a gun with him. So he like pulls it, and the guy starts shooting, like the robber. And so the guy in there with the gun also started shooting. So he shoots him like once in the gut, and then he shoots again, and you see the dude just like bend at the waist, just like straight over.
Yeah.
And fall on the ground, and not he couldn't move his legs because the second shot went through the dude's fucking spine and paralyzed him.
God.
Oof.
And like the guy that was in the store, he got shot in the fucking arm.
Yeah.
There was fucking blood. I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, the amount of times I've like just been on Reddit and see a 5-second clip of just someone dying like in the most horrendous ways is way too many. I've seen way too many videos of people dying. All right.
Yeah.
Enough for one lifetime, I guess.
Honestly,
Oh yeah.
dude. Well, did y'all see that? That there was like a concert in China of like a boy band or something, and one of the giant monitors they had mounted up on the walls fell off and just like crushed some of the performers.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, dude, that was nuts.
Yeah,
It
dude.
crushed two performers, and then like a bunch of people in the crowd got hurt from it too.
Yeah, because it's like a huge like jumbotron that just fell off its mount or something.
Yeah, apparently the two dancers are in like critical
Oh.
condition.
Yeah, dude, I'm surprised they lived because if you see it, he just crumples, man. Like,
Oh,
he's
dude,
just-
it fucking just demolishes
yeah,
that
he
man.
like gets folded 3 times. Like,
Yeah,
it was
it's
bad.
fucking horrific. It was
I
like I was
know.
like, woof.
Dude, that's always like, they tag him as not safe for work or whatever, but then I'm usually just expecting some titties or something, and then nope, it's
Right.
someone dying.
Yep.
Like, oh, okay, well, I could have gone without that, but here I am.
You know, I didn't need that in my life, but
Yep.
we're here now.
Dude, oh man, I've seen so many of these. Now I follow like a bunch of electrician subreddits because am electrician, and the amount of clips I've seen of just people being electrocuted is way too high. Like, because if you want to see some scary shit before you work on your lights, just look up people getting electrocuted because they just go flying and then just crumple into a little pile. It's kind of horrifying. Alright, boys. Well, with that, unless y'all got any other topics y'all want to talk about, take your silence as a no.
No, I don't
Yeah,
have
I
anything.
can't think of anything.
Alright, well, we're gonna call it there then. I need to do more prep for D&D. I'm just kind of banking.
We're doing that tonight?
Yeah?
I mean, I'm here for it.
Okay. Well,
Same.
it felt like you were about to tell me, okay, well, I'm not. Like, God damn it, Nick.
No, I was asking if you knew if everybody else was going to be there for it.
I'm guessing. I don't know. No one ever responds to me. Anyways, like normal, you guys can find our podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts. That's Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, RSS, YouTube. Not Pornhub yet. Still have not
Damn.
got that set up because those ads, man, they get me distracted. Um,
Tell your moms about us. I'm sure they love us.
while
sure.
they're scrolling on the hub, they can watch some videos,
Oh, heck yeah, dog.
All right, well, I
Them-
hope everyone has a great week, and we will see y'all here next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.